What's up, guys? I wanted to make a quick video just because I've been advertising and people have asked a lot of questions about how our dispatch program works, so I wanted to take a minute and tell you how it works. First off, my name is Steve with findmefreight.com. We are a TLG company. So let me explain the whole premise and why we started our price line of dispatching. I guess your name your own price dispatching. I've trained a lot of dispatchers, and I wanted to. I always tried to train them with the principle that you don't need to charge your carrier a lot, especially as freight rates are dropping for whatever reason. You know, brokers that are trying to make a higher margin, shippers that are trying to save a buck, the carriers that don't give a shit and are just out there running, trying to make as much money. But I always tried to impress on the people that I trained to work on lower margins, work on a lower percentage, work on a lower flat rate, because that would allow your carrier to make more money. Now, they don't always do this, and which is one of the reasons why I wanted to find a way to continue dispatching but separate our business and the way we dispatch from the other companies. And so we came up with, I'll explain what's on your screen in a second, but we came up with our Find Me Freight company. Now, this is essentially a DBA. Our app is still in development. We are using an app for people that want to use an app. But the app that we're having custom built is not quite done yet, but we wanted to release our product and kind of do it the old-fashioned way. So now, if you're unfamiliar with what a dispatcher does, a dispatcher finds you freight. They handle all the broker packets and sign the rate cons, and they search the load boards, which are here. This is like a DAT load board. They search the load boards to find you freight that meets the specifications, where you want to go, how much you want to get paid, and all that. Dispatchers, I've heard dispatchers charge 15%. I saw someone commented yesterday about they put, someone charges 13% and also requires a contract, that if they cancel, they're screwed, but all that stuff. So I wanted to create a dispatch program that, one, found freight and did everything in the way that we promised it was going to be, and two, put the direction of how hard we work back into the carrier's hands. So instead of us working on a high profit margin or anything like that, we wanted to figure out a way to rate a carrier. Now, this is where it kind of becomes interesting, because one of the things I found out in the past year and a half that we've run our dispatching business is a lot of times people sign up, they see a good deal and they sign up, and then they realize, oh crap. And then we realize that we need to do a better job of vetting our carriers, because people are quick just to throw money out and then have these super high expectations of what's going to be done. We had one person once, when we were on our flat rate, paid us the $600 for the month, and then called and said, okay, these are my guidelines. And I said, okay. I grabbed my pad of paper and I'm writing down. And he said he only makes pickups between 8 and 10 in the morning. He doesn't drive during the day. He only drives at night. He drives 55 miles an hour, not a minute sooner, and he wants to be offloaded in 25 minutes. I said, good day. I'm going to refund your money and be done. Why? Could we have possibly done that? Yeah, we would have spent a huge amount of time and it wouldn't have been worth it. And then I could already tell by talking to him that it was going to be difficult. Now, another situation that arises is the people that want us to find freight, and then when we aren't able to find the freight that meets their cents per mile, whether it's $2.50 per mile, $3 per mile, $4 per mile, there's some people that get all their information from Facebook or from social media or everything, and they come out here expecting to get rich very quickly with minimal effort. And unfortunately, especially now, the rates are low and they're going to continue being low. And so we wanted to develop a program where our carriers are rated based on several factors. It's basically a 7-point factor. They're rated, in 2 different levels about the payments and I'll explain that in a minute. They're rated on how they communicate with us, whether they notify us that their truck is empty, and all sorts of in different other categories. And we rate them, and it allows us to figure out how hard we work to book them loads. And that'll make sense in a little bit once I explain it, because now you're probably like, oh crap, well, they don't work hard if we're late to a pickup, and it's not really like that. So what we've ended up doing is creating our program. Easiest way to show you how it works is just to show you my website. Now, pretty much, I'm not going to read through it all. This is pretty much the same stuff I just said. And this is, how it works. You decide to sign up and post your truck to our member portal. So once you go into our group, once you're a member, you sign up, and there's another menu inside on the member side, and you'll post your truck every day. And you don't want to go to our website. You send us an email, you send us a text, you call us and say, hey, listen, I'm in Tulsa and I need a load. We'll find you that load. We are insanely awesome dispatchers. Get notice of your post and begin looking for loads that meet your truck and the qualifications you sent. Now, on the forums, you have the ability to put where you want to go and all that stuff. But also during our onboarding, we ask you those questions. We find out what kind of equipment you have, whether you have tarps, chains, binders, load bars, straps, do you have E-track, do you have pads in your dry van? If you run reefer, where do you like to go, where do you not want to go? We find out all that information before you even sign up. So we normally have that. And then our dispatchers communicate the loads they have found through our mobile app, text, and phone for your acceptance. Meaning, we call you. We don't accept any loads. Say we find you a load and you're like, I'll take anything over $2 a mile. We find a load that pays $2.25 a mile. We don't accept the load. We actually call you first and say, okay, this is the load. Do you want this load? You say yes or no. If you say no, then we go back to step 2 and we try to find you something better. If you say, yeah, I'll take that load, we handle all the paperwork. So we handle getting your certificate of insurance, the credit check through your factoring company, filling out the customer carrier packets, getting the rate con, signing the rate con. As soon as we sign that rate con, and we're signing on your behalf as your dispatcher, we send you a copy of that rate con at this very same time as we send the broker that rate con. And typically what we do is we actually type into little email and we're like, okay, here's the signed rate con, the driver's name or the company owner is attached to this email, and let them know if you have any questions or for tracking or anything like that. Again, depending on hold on. So long story short, we send you that. You go drive your pickup, you make your pickup, you go to the delivery, and then once you deliver the load, you notify us that it's delivered. We send you out a nice fancy email, and then it will send you a link to a page that's in our member portal, and which you can't see. Well, it's going to be blocked, I believe. It's going to require you to sign up. But when you go in here, it's got a nice little page, and it says, pay what you want for the load. You can either pay nothing. That's not a choice, but you don't need to pay it. You could pay $25, you could pay $50, you could pay $75, or you could pay $100. And you do that depending on, if the load pays $500, you're not going to give us $100. Simple as that. If the load even pays $50, you're not going to pay us $500. That's just how it is. And then we go on and do your load. We score it based on how you pay. So if you pay us well, obviously you're going to be high in the truck. So if we have 15 trucks and 10 of which are the guys that are paying $25, it doesn't matter how much the load is. They're not, checking paperwork. They're not utilizing us all the time. Anything like that. They're going to score lower on our dispatchers, and so our dispatchers are going to focus more on the carriers that actually work. But that's a quick breakdown. There's a link down below for you to sign up or to contact us. Let me know if you have any questions.